According to popular legends, St. Patrick brought Christianity to Ireland in the 5th century. It could not have been easy to convert the pagan beliefs in the old gods to the new religion. But the stories about St. Patrick's difficulties often stretch into the realm of the fantastic, as in turning sticks into snakes kinds of miracles. One of these legends is described in the 1997 book, The World of the Druids. The focus of the power struggle was a great pagan feast at Tara, when the Druid Lucat Male challenged Patrick to a contest of miracles. High King Logair then suggested a trial by ordeal. A hut with 2 rooms was built, one entered by the Druid, wearing Patrick's cloak, and the other by Patrick's boy, Benignus, wearing the Druid's mantle. The hut was set on fire. Lucat perished, but Patrick's cloak was untouched. Benignus survived, but the Druid's garment was burnt away. So how can this legend of fire, death, and faith be presented to children without traumatizing them? Let's look at a couple of videos you can find at your local library or an online bookstore. We'll start with a 2016 video, St. Patrick's Day, by Dreamscape Media, which is a 9-minute reading of the 1994 children's book of the same name by Gail Gibbons. The book and video describe Patrick's early life and family in Britain, before he was captured and sold into slavery in Ireland, where he worked as a shepherd. His escape back to Britain and eventual return to Ireland as a bishop, and the challenges he faced trying to convince the people to accept the Christian God. The book briefly tells the legend of St. Patrick and his cloak. It is said that St. Patrick had a friend who borrowed his cloak. There was a big fire where the friend was staying, but he was not hurt because he was wearing St. Patrick's cloak. Well, at least that version is safe for young children. Next we have the 2020 animated film, The St. Patrick Story, in the Torchlighters series by the Christian History Institute. The film shows Patrick's early life and enslavement in Ireland. Not surprisingly, it shows the Druids in a very dark way, including human sacrifices by fire in the burning Wicker Man. One of the first descriptions of the Wicker Man came from Julius Caesar during his campaigns in Central Europe around 53 BC. As a nation, the Gauls are extremely superstitious, and so persons who are exposed to the perils of battle offer or vow to offer human sacrifices, for the performance of which they employ Druids. They believe that the only way of saving a man's life is to propitiate or alleviate themselves from the god's wrath by rendering another life in its place, and they have regular state sacrifices of the same kind. Some tribes have colossal images made of wickerwork, the limbs of which they fill with living men. They are set on fire, and the victims burnt to death. In the animated film, when Patrick returns to Ireland as a bishop and faces the Druid again, it does not go easy for him. As they debate whose god is the true god, the Druid demands a trial by fire. Patrick agrees, but insists they both walk into the flames. As Patrick goes in with confidence and is unburned, the Druid breaks and runs for his life. Patrick's success feels more like a bluff than a miracle, but either way, he proves who is the true God to the people of Ireland. Okay, that version was a little scarier for young children, but still safe enough for preteens. Is there a dramatization that's more faithful to the old legend? Let's see how the trial by fire is handled in the 2000 made-for-television film St. Patrick, the Irish Legend. As with the children's videos, the live-action film shows Patrick sold into slavery in Ireland. These scenes include some of my favorite dialogue when he complains about his life to another slave. I'm dead and this is hell. And she says, no, it's just Ireland. Well, she's not wrong. Years later, when Patrick returns to Ireland as a bishop, his greatest challenge is to face the High King of Ireland, named Leogair in the Old Text, and try to convince him that the Christian God is the one and true God. He was not an easy man to convince. And the king's Druid demands a contest of miracles to prove who is right. These contests are described in detail in the book The Most Ancient Lives of St. Patrick by Reverend James O'Leary, first published in 1880, now available for sale in physical copies and for free online. While, therefore, the dispute waxed high, a new trial by fire is sought out. Then with the agreement of all, and Patrick and the evildoer consenting, in a new manner a new house is builded. Whereof the one half is made of wood which was green, the other of wood which was dry and eaten of worms. The film does a good job explaining why Patrick himself was not sent into the flames. Let one of his followers be tested, to see if it is indeed this God he talks about, or Patrick himself who has these powers. The boy Benignus and the magician, each being bound hand and foot, are placed over against each other. The boy, arrayed in the magician's garment, is placed in the dry part of the building. And the magician, clothed in the robe of St. Patrick, is placed in the green part. And the fire is put thereto. And behold, an event marvelous and much unwonted. The fire, furiously raging, consumed the magician, even to ashes, with the green part of the building wherein he stood. And the robe of the saint, wherewith he was clad, was neither scorched nor soiled. But the blessed youth Benignus, standing in the dry part thereof, the fire touched not. Yet reduced to a cinder the garment of the magician that wrapped him round. So destroyed it the magician, with the green part of the house. Yet hurted not the vest of Patrick, and, leaving the boy with the dry part of the house uninjured, it consumed the garment of the evildoer. But the heart of Leogair was hardened, as was formerly the heart of Pharaoh before Moses, against the commands of the Lord. In revenge for the death of the evildoer, he appointed several of his people to destroy the saint. But God, the all-powerful protector of his beloved, swept them from the earth and destroyed them, for the earth opened and swallowed them up. As grim as that sounds, the film has more great dialogue when showing the soldiers trying to deal with St. Patrick's miracles. Did you get him? Don't ask. And the king trembled, and threw himself at the feet of Patrick, and besought pardon, and promised that he would thenceforth obey him. And the saint forgave him. And so the road to Christianity began for the people of Ireland. Well, there you have it. 3 different films with 3 different depictions of St. Patrick and the trial by fire. I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel for new videos every week or two, and see the description below for a list of books, films, and online resources featured in this video.